Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the Death Space Camp, our latest colony here in Oxygen Not Included. Of course, it's Thursday nights. We're back here to work on the colony a little bit, and hopefully grow and expand it a tiny bit from where it is right now. We have something like 10 duplicants in here now, I guess. And so far things have been going okay. We have a nice little farm built where we've got some meal lights going, so we've got our food climbing here. We're easily supporting the 10 duplicants we have. We're currently using our little LGD oxidizers here to produce oxygen for our colony so they can all breathe. We have a decent supply of water that nobody's peed in yet, which again, small miracle. We've added a couple new emojis for those people who are our channel sponsors, so you can see those there. Durgan just threw them out of the chat. But welcome everybody who's here so far. Hopefully we'll have a successful evening, ideally without an overabundance of duplicant death, which sometimes, you know, is a bit of a challenge in the colonies and what have you. But today, what I think I want to do is get our oxygen production built. So we still have a fair amount of algae here throughout the colony, as you can see. So we're not really in like a dire circumstance for it, but it would be nice to be able to kind of sort of branch away from the algae and move towards just using a little bit of water through the electrolyzers, which we can also use to kind of control the temperature in the colony. Because while the deoxidizers are nice, they produce a good amount of oxygen, they do unfortunately make things a little bit warm. So you can see things are a little bit warm in the middle of the colony where these are running, because they put out air at like 30 degrees Celsius, so it's like 31 right here. If this runs too long over here near the farm, the temperature is going to affect our mealwood, and then that's not going to grow, and then we're going to have food problems, which is, you know, never good. So ideally, we want to get away from that. What I'm thinking, and I mentioned it last stream, is that I'm going to build an oxygen room maybe up here in this corner. Things are a little bit warm up here. And the air that comes out of the electrolyzers is like 40 degrees, so it's even hotter. But I'm going to try and pipe it through some water and see if the water can kind of cool it down. That'll work for a while at any rate, while I work on some other cooling methods. If we can go and find a cold biome, for example, that will certainly make things a little bit easier. But so that way, because the water ultimately is going to warm up, but if we can get enough time out of it, then at least we can start to, you know, get everything else squared away. So this corner up here is where we're going to do our digging. I'm going to dig all this out. I do have to be a little bit conscious of the heat up here. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll just lay out we'll do the whole layout here. I'm going to use the same electrolyzer that I did the tutorial on, and that I've used a couple times already on our various streams, just because it's simple. I really like this layout. Hold on. I'm also going to insulate this one, I think, because the temperatures up here are like, well, it's like 40 degrees. I guess the temperature is going to come out at pretty close to the same thing anyway. So we'll just use regular tile. I'm going to surround all this. Over here, we want a kitty corner gap. So we're going to go like so. Where's my doors? All right, we do have doors unlocked, so that's good. We can use manual airlocks, because oddly enough, they actually open up more quickly now than the regular airlocks if you don't have them powered. Like so. Whoop. Actually, there's one tile here I don't need. I'm going to get rid of this kitty corner tile here. We'll just dig that out instead. I love the hatch. Yeah, the hatch one's neat. Those are both recommendations and ideas that came from the Discord. So if people are interested in sponsoring and you're looking for some input on the emojis, you can do that at the Discord. Now, I don't know how this is going to work exactly with it. I think, no, this should be all right. A little gap under the door should still function just as normal. So this will be the space that we build out for our oxygen anyway. So, oh, and in here, we're obviously going to need to produce the oxygen. So we're going to need ourselves a little electrolyzer. There we go. So that'll be our oxygen space. There's going to be a lot for them to do to get that all sort of built out. So they can get started that way. I think I'll probably put the hydrogen generator on this side, only because I can't really dig around over here too easily. Well, we'll get that set up. So we're going to have to pump water out, which is going to lower our water level, but at the same time, we're going to be trying to use that water for cooling. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting play. We're also I want to lower the water level that's here, because I find that the water that's up at this level is going to be a bit of a nuisance. So I'm going to try and, oh, you know what? I'm going to basically I'm going to dig a ladder like all the way through. We're going to get the water drained down and hopefully overflow into this secondary tank. And that'll give us plenty of space there. Now, right now we have a ton of carbon dioxide sitting in here, so this is actually working as a really nice CO2 well. But I want to get the water out of this space up here where it's kind of in the road. Now, before I do that, it's probably easier if I just dig in right over here. Let some of the oxygen out. We'll grab all the plants and stuff that are in here. We got some food in there we can salvage before we flood everything through there. Swamp biome near all around the base. Ouch, it's gotta be fun. Yeah, I think they changed the biome layouts a little bit with the latest update. So it used to be that you would have a couple of these around your colony, but now I've got germs all the way around. Ooh, there's a really nice pocket of gold right there I could probably get to without too much germ situation. Oh, I could too. We could dig through over here. Get ourselves some abyssalite. Get some dust cap, but we could dig out a fair amount of gold in here that's not too germy. Yeah, well, maybe a little bit of gold anyway. I gotta be a little bit cautious of that. There's a fair amount of germs in that space, and I don't have anything set up to manage or clean them, so. It's more efficient to leave the bottom of your electrolyzer exposed so you can save power eventually. Yeah, yes and no. Yes, it is technically more efficient. However, it also precludes the possibility of cooling the air before you inject it into your colony. So yes, that is one way you can do it. The nice thing about this game is there's lots of ways you can do it. This is my preferred method. So you're right. You could save a little bit of power by not running this secondary pump, and you could leave it open at the bottom and just let the air sort of filter down. But that air is going to come down here at 40 degrees Celsius and expand out, and that's not really what I want. I'd rather pump it through and cool it, and then put it where I want it to be in the colony at the temperature that I want it to be at. I also like the idea of having this pressurized. If the air pressure down here is too low, it'll actually allow the hydrogen to expand down lower, and you can get some of the leak out into the colony. So I don't know. This is just the way I like to do it. I like to keep it contained. CrypticFox need a ladder for the oxygen room. They can't reach the top. Oh, yep, they definitely do. Nope, they got in there. They climbed up there. They're gonna trap themselves though, and they won't be able to get down. Someone's gonna go ahead and like either dig up this bit of sand here, or they're gonna build the floor, and then they won't have a way to get down. Oh, Jakarm's just mining. He's not even building, so that's all right. Good job, Jakarm. Electrolyzer's fixed output temp of 70 degrees Celsius. So is it even higher now? It used to be like 40. Either way, it's gonna come out hot, and I don't want that. Like the 70 degrees is what the fertilizer comes out at. So this wonderful little stuff here, 71.1 degrees Celsius, which is crazy hot. I don't like having this here. I really need to move that out. This whole area, just in general, is gonna get too warm. But we do have some dirt stored underwater here, so it could actually cool off a bit. Get the ladder, get to the upper level O2 room. Yeah, I built that, so it's fine. They got that covered. We're also going to need a little sensor in here, but I don't have the automation unlocked. So we need to go take a look at research, because I kind of put this on hold for a little bit while I had them cleaning up. Need a little bit of automation sensor going on here. Or you know what? Actually, the issue might be just that I don't have any refined metals yet. So that's probably what the problem is there. Let's take a look at what should we research? We can go into healthcare, do all that. No, it's high temp forging. Healthcare, advanced power regulation, renewable energy. Yeah, let's go this way. Ooh, actually, no, fossil fuels, oil refinery, natural gas, petroleum. Yeah, we'll go this way. Get all that stuff taken care of. Try to knock out the rest of the research today so we can get rid of our supercomputer and our research station and save that heat. If I don't want to risk the dupes peeing in the water, why don't you make a platform above the water to catch any pee like you did before? Yeah, I could do that too. Instead of having the ladder go right down into it. The only thing is I had this set up so that the duplicates could reach the storage containers, but instead... this is... Actually, with this pitcher pump here, it's going to be a problem. I'd actually need to move the pitcher pump over, which may still be a good thing to do. But again, I am segregating the water, so I'm not hugely concerned about it. We have this water over here and this water here, even if they did actually end up peeing in this. For the love of God, please sweep out the bottom of your polluted water reservoir where you dig out. What polluted water reservoir? I'm not making a polluted water reservoir. Make food storage and CO2 tank. Yep, we can do that too. We are getting to the point where it's unrefrigerated, and we're starting to build up a quantity of it, so it probably makes sense to do a little bit of storage that's going to sit in some CO2. Up until this point, it wasn't really a high priority for me, just because What'd I do? It wasn't a high priority just because we didn't really need to worry about it too much. New sponsor, welcome, Dennis Dalston. Thanks so much for sponsoring the channel. I appreciate the support. Food. I don't have fridges open to me yet, so we'll just do a couple of these fancy little storage things in here. Throw a ladder in. I gotta build it out like so. We'll give enough room down here to store like 4 different things. Now, initially, there's not really a lot of CO2 sitting up here. So it might take a bit for this to actually get enough CO2 in it for it really to be useful. But at least this will just give it a sterile environment so the food won't go bad. Actually, we don't need to dig that. Perfect. Oh, the dancing fox. Yeah, yeah. I did have all the but that Tails, little Tails cartoon animated thing. I decided to kind of change them around a little bit, so I was poking around looking for something that was cute. All right, let's continue building the ladder down here so we can get this water out of here. Now, it probably makes a lot more sense to have water located at the top of the colony. My preference to this point has largely just been to send it down to the bottom. It does increase the risk that they're going to pee in it, but I can just let gravity do all the movement for me, whereas if I wanted to move it up top, I have to actually use electricity to pump it up there. But it probably makes a whole lot more sense to have it at the top. I don't know. My preference for whatever reason is to put it at the bottom. These are built, they're not sitting on the floor, so that's fine. See if we have any eggs hanging around. Oop, there's one shine nymph egg. Let's make some shine nymph breakfast. Is it better to cool the water or the plants? How do you mean? Just as long as you don't store liquid copper at the top of your colony. Yeah, there's that. That liquid copper explosion, I don't know where it came from. It was completely foreign material. We had no idea that it was going to happen. It's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I'm going to take all this out because this is where we're going to stick our fancy hydrogen generator. Stick this right in here. Now, I do need to think about future power production also, and where we're going to pipe that. My inclination is to have it run along the bottom of the colony in a space that... well, actually, there's no cold biomes near here. I gotta go find a cold biome. All my stuff's going to overheat. But my inclination will be to have it like as a horizontal main trunk, and then send lines up vertically. Hopefully kind of segmenting my base into like maybe 3 or 4 different sections, depending on how big it gets. I mean, over here, as we bring in more duplicants, I'm going to try and put more duplicant housing on this side. I think that'll be good. We'll do another bathroom over here and everything, so we'll double up on our bathrooms, double up on our duplicant housing. We'll probably relocate our kitchen space, where it's sitting right now. Actually, it's not that bad, but having it underneath the bathroom is maybe not ideal. It's the beginning of the colony, but hey, any chance of next dupe? I make no promises. When we bring in duplicants, I pick them at the time. I'm trying not to create a list. We're going to need wiring in here, of course. So we're going to send wires directly from our fancy generator into both of our pumps. I need to set up something in here for producing some more materials. We're going to need some refined metals in order to do the automation pieces we need for this. Someone's going to get buried in sand going over here. Not the sand! The generator rooms, yeah, they do eat quite a bit. It's not so bad if you've got an easy system set up to produce the refined metal, but they do consume a lot of it. Initially, I'm just going to be using the which one is it here? Refinement, the rock granulator, which isn't as efficient as the metal refinery. So this one uses 240 watts, produces 80 watts of heat, but it just produces a lot more a lot more refined metal, and there's no waste products, so you don't get sand. However, the rock granulator, actually, it's got the exact same description for both of them. That's so weird. Oh, no, I just hadn't clicked on it. Oh, my God, I'm so not bright. 1.2 kilowatts of power, so it takes a ton of power to use the metal refinery. But it doesn't produce sand. The rock granulator does produce sand, so it actually has a useful byproduct, which is kind of handy. You just don't get as much refined metal. Did I look at the bottom of the map for the cold biome? There are ruins under the water tank on the right. Yeah, there is a ruin under here. I mean, I haven't really looked around at all to look for geysers or to look for cold biome. I mean, obviously it's not up here. Oh, there's a geyser right there. Natural gas geyser. Ooh, that'll be handy. What's this thing outputting at? Natural gas geyser. 238 grams per second at 150 degrees Celsius. Erupts 325 seconds every 524 seconds. So that'll come in handy for power production, although it's super hot. I feel bad for any duplicate I send in there. There's cold biome up here. So we got some cold abyssalites, so we can probably send duplicants up there to the cold biome. Sadly, they have to go through a little bit of swampland. But the germs don't seem that bad in here, actually. I mean, they're highly concentrated in the little pockets they're in, but it's not like going through a pocket of this. So, I don't know. We'll see. Get rid of this, or get this taken care of first. Metal refinery also produces heated liquids. Yeah. You can also use the priority overlay to find geysers, as they always have a priority number to analyze them visible. Oh, really? I never noticed that. Oh, yeah, look at that. The trouble is, then you end up seeing like all kinds of other things, like all your plants and stuff also show up. I don't know if that's as clear. I like looking for just the cold neutronium, but because I think the plants make this a little bit more confusing. But that's cool. All right, we're gonna put a little treadmill down here because we're gonna need this. Got our duplicates running on the hamster wheel. We're also gonna need some batteries up here. Do we have the large batteries? Yeah, we did research them. Okay. For a second, I wasn't sure if we'd researched the large batteries, but we got it. We got it. What I don't have is gold amalgam, so we're building all this stuff out of stuff that's not gold, which isn't great because it's gonna get hot. What we do with a chlorine geyser? Thanks for the super chat, Plenty. $2. The chlorine geyser could be useful for setting up an ore scrubber. So if we want to create an entry point for the colony where we're going to send duplicants out to get things like slime, get algae, whatever materials, gold amalgam, then when they come back in, they can use the ore scrubber to get rid of the germs that are on it. But that ore scrubber needs a chlorine input, and the geyser makes a really good source for that because you can just pump it straight in. You can also use, you can also make sterile rooms to store slime containers and stuff in, so it's got a variety of uses. You can also do a little bit of that with the bleach stone, because the bleach stone sort of lets off chlorine also at a pretty decent rate. So if you can store some of that in a room, you can build up a fair amount. It's not quite as good as the geyser is, but it does give you a supply at least. Vent it straight to space. Yeah. Can they reach that room in the back? This one here? They should be able to. They should be able to go through the door, but it doesn't look like they're working up there right now. This little door, they should be able to open it and then step through. Yeah, I kind of forget about the ore scrubber sometimes too. It's not terribly useful unless you've got a system set up to produce chlorine for yourself, right? So either a geyser or having a bunch of it stored in a container that you make use of. What do we have gas-wise here? Got a little bit of oxygen down here, which isn't great. I'm going to have to let a little bit more CO2 fall into here before I prioritize putting our food in the bottom. I'll fill up the bottom containers first and then the other ones after. 67,000 kilocalories. We're up to, though. Ooh, research. Thank you. I forgot we were done. Another research tree done. Let's go ahead and look at what are we got? Smelting and high temperature forging, I guess. Hey, you know what? Let me finish out this one up here. We'll do our agriculture, ranching, and animal control, because it'd be nice to get a little bit of a ranch started soon. Jobs mastered. We'll take a look at those. Tom of the architect can move up. What else do we have? Spookus can go up to electrical engineer. Both of our scientists are ready. Man, they're too smart. They're moving up too quick. And J-Box can go up to courier. I think that should cover it for now. Perfect. Job board, need better miner? What you talking about, Willis? We have Jokaram. He's in a miner position. He can already do most of it. When it gets to the double diamond stuff, that's where he'll have to have the higher skill level. See what J-Box said? Apparently gases don't fall right anymore. Yeah, they don't really have to. I think that was I don't know. I think there was a broad interpretation of what that was going to mean anyway. Like, everyone was always saying that CO2 always goes down to the right and hydrogen goes up to the left. But it wasn't, I never found it to be that strong of a tendency. I always found it tend to be more governed by the location of your pressure. At the moment, though, it's not really an issue in our colony. It's gonna feel bad when I push all the CO2 out of here, though. Let's try and sweep up what's down here. Got a bunch of dirt and stuff. So what I'm expecting to happen when the water comes out of here, it'll flood this tank and overflow into the middle one. I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to go down. But it won't be enough water to actually fill both. So Christine is the next CMS stream. What's this now? I thought I was doing an F350 next. Why did you not notify me? Sorry, Mr. Guru. The YouTube notifications are sometimes a little bit fishy. They don't always work quite the way you would think that they would. I don't even know why I built this ladder up here now. I wasn't even thinking about going at it from the bottom, even though I dug it out. This may not actually flood as far as I thought it was going to. That was really anticlimactic. I thought for sure it was going to fill up the space in the middle. So I guess we'll just we'll use this as a CO2 well still, I guess. It's amazing how much of that water that was up here fit into this space. We are going to need a water pump here, though, because we obviously are going to have water up top. So we'll throw a liquid pump down at the bottom here. Probably the easiest way to send the liquid pipe will be up. Send it right up this ladder we built, actually. I'm gonna try and keep it like off to the side of the colony as much as I can. We're gonna need a ladder to reach it, though. All right, derpy build. Shift is your friend when you're building. I just apparently am competent at using it. What about shutting off O2 until CO2 builds up in the food storage? It is only after all. Yeah, I hate having to repressurize. So it's still going to build up in here because anytime they're breathing in this space, plus CO2 that's falling from above. So we have a bottom layer here that's sitting steadily in carbon dioxide. Now, there's not a lot of it. A little bit more time and this will fill up. You can see there's more of it coming in. That's polluted oxygen there, actually. That sucks. Polluted oxygen. That's a no good. I need them to breathe some CO2 out here. Oh, okay, we did get a bit of overflow. There we go. That's what I was expecting to have happen, but at a much bigger scale. How do you dump that water? What are you going to heat sink with the electrolyzer? I'm going to send it all the way down here. I'm going to pump it straight down. It's going to take more materials, but I'm going to send it all the way down and then back up into the colony. It's kind of a bit of an odd route, maybe. We're going to need some gas piping here. So this can go out to this. This pipe will go out. Actually, I want this to be insulated. We don't want a whole bunch of heat in here. Oops, ventilation. Where's our insulated? Yeah, insulated gas pipe. We're going to take this, send it all the way down. For now, I'm just going to use regular gas pipes in here because I don't have I don't have any refined metal to be able to make radiant gas pipes. But this should help anyway. And then I gotta pump it like right up to here. What am I streaming tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday, so it'll be Fortnite Battle Royale tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturday I'm playing some Graveyard Keeper. Do you think something like Jewels Update can be possible so they can add diamonds and stuff for making jewelry? Well, they have diamond. We can't see it right now because it's all the way down in the lava zone. But you can mine up diamond and use it for things. I have a feeling they're not... What happens if I open this? I wonder if maybe they're not choosing to go past the door because the bottom is open. So they're not even trying to open it. Plunk. Maybe they'll try to go through there now and try to finish this off because we need that done. Yeah, there they go. Much better. Research complete again. Jobs mastered again. These guys are just leveling quick. I'm just going to pick everything now. It doesn't really matter what I pick at this point. There's not really anything I actually really need. I'm just sort of unlocking it all so we have access to it later. Could have built that ventilation before. Yeah, could have. Should the radiator portion of the piping be radiant gas pipes, not just... Yeah, so the regular piping will still transfer heat. But yes, I do want it to be radiant piping, but in order to do that, I need a whole bunch of refined metal. Which I don't have just yet. So I dug out a space up here so that I could build something for making refined metal. Where's my refinement? So we're going to throw a rock granulator in here. It gets super hot, sadly. Just tap into this little system here. So we're going to make some refined metal. We're going to need that for the automation sensor that needs to be in this space. I want this to be turned off for now. Not that it has any power, but when they get this treadmill set up, they're gonna wind up doing it. No gravestones needed. Not yet. Fortnite on PC? No, I generally play Fortnite on Xbox One X. Learn they have to have the door open when making the CO2 room. Yeah, it's funny. I guess it's just because they didn't put a floor under it. So they won't, maybe they won't open it if there's no floor there. It's alright. Can you make a natural gas generator system on the Geyser? That's the plan, yeah. So ultimately, when we can get up here, I'd love to build a natural gas setup so we can produce power that way. Now, these geysers aren't as consistent as they used to be. They used to be, it was just like a steady flow of gas. So once you set one up, as long as you weren't over-tapping the production, you could have an infinite energy supply system. But now that they turn on and off intermittently, it does make it a little bit trickier. There's 5 kilograms of gas up here, though. So if we can... With all this stuff that's around here. There's a lot of chlorine and things around it. But if I can set up something that can get me access to this, I can build a little room and then break through and let it flood into the room. Have my pump set up in there to pump it out to the generator to produce the gas power we need. Just going to take a little bit. Why do I have 2 different colors there? Material sandstone. Oh, unreachable builds. Oh, that would do it. Alright, we need some ladders in here, unfortunately. There. First time catching live stream. Really enjoy the content. Keep up the good work, buddy. Thanks, Zephron. Appreciate it. They're building the pipes faster than the builds. Yeah, it's funny how that works. Radiant pipes don't take refined metal. Are you sure? Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. It's just regular copper. Well, man, I have a lot of it, too. All right, hold on. Let's cancel all the gas pipes in here. I'll use radiant pipes. I don't know why I thought they took refined metal. Major brain fart. It's gonna take a fair amount of copper, but that's okay. It'll go well. Ooh, I have money now. Here you go, Cryptic. Hashtag DerpyFox. Thanks for the super chat phase. I appreciate it. You can use granite for the pipes and the water for the better heat exchange until you get radiant pipes. Yeah, so I guess you can just use regular copper. I don't know why I thought it took refined metal for that. Major brain fart. We need wiring, of course, down here, too, to run our pump. Sort of a minor necessity. It's funny, when I took this water here and moved it down here, it didn't end up being as much water as I thought it would be. Doesn't look nearly as impressive anymore. A little disappointed. Just running to beat the band on the treadmill. It is going to be necessary for us to move into like a better power production system soon. Oh, come on. Don't run on the treadmill up here. This thing's not even ready yet. He's charged up the batteries at least. Thing's already all primed and ready. Gas liquid uses, or liquid radiant uses refined. Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking. Exposed wire below farm. Oh, how did I do that? Whoops. I mean, it's a minor decor impact anyway. It's not really a big deal, but for whatever reason, I just like to have it buried in the floor all the time. There we go. That's better. They used to in the pre-release took refined. Oh, is that what the deal was? Okay, maybe that's why I'm thinking of it. We all learn something new on Oni every day we played. Isn't that the truth? There's so much in this game. Radiant pipes used to take refined metal. I suppose the update changed it. Okay. Jovan Jiv Kahilas. I'm not sure if I said that right, but thank you so much for the super chat. I have no idea what currency PHP is. I gotta check that, actually. Currency PHP is... I have no idea what Oh, Philippines. Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And hello in the Philippines. I'm assuming that's where you are since that's the currency. That's really cool. I love the fact that I can talk with people all over the world when I'm streaming. I get a kick out of that. And thank you so much for the support. Philippine peso. That's really neat. YouTube's just, I don't know, there's just something so amazing about that. That I can just sit, I can be sitting here in Canada, in my basement at night, turn on the computer, and I can be talking and playing, and meanwhile there's people from like all over the world in the conversation. That's so amazing. I get such a kick out of that. Yay, Hubby's gone to bed. I can super chat in peace. Oh, Snoobs, don't get in trouble. Thank you so much for the super chat. Wow, this water went down fast. What did we use all the bottled water on? Man, I really drained that water quick. What did I use that on? It's got to be food production, but that's weird. Oh, the O2 in here is so strong. It's not even... This isn't working. Oxygen, carbon dioxide. I mean, the bottom layer is definitely CO2, so I can set these at a priority 7. We'll store our food down there. This one I can put down to like a... Oh, it's already at a 5, so it's fine. We had a little bit of rot there. Oh, wait. I should probably set these for actual stuff, too, right? What's our alert? Hypothermia. Oh, come on, guys. The water's not that cold. Colony requires med beds. I broke the med beds after we didn't need them before. After the colony went hypothermic, like, really early on in the game, I broke them. Plumbing. Where is my pitcher pump? Oh, you know what? Actually, this gives me a chance now to maybe build that little basin that I was going to do. Actually, not really. I got to get... Man, this water placement's really inconvenient. Alright, whatever. It's not really that much. Even if they pee in it, we've drained quite a lot of water out of here. Our poor little duplicants working under the water got hypothermia. They just can't take it. Water for farm, research, cooking. Oh, yeah, the research would do a lot of it, too. Yeah, I forgot we powered through a whole pile of research really quickly. Durgan, $5 super chat. I can also super chat in peace while housemate is fetching Popeye's chicken. Chicken. Need merch ideas. What do you want on mugs and shirts? Thanks so much for the super chat, Durgan. CrypticFox said, oh, have you considered opening the left wall of the food storage to let CO2 and then closing it? That's probably a good idea, actually. That sounds like a brilliant notion. What's the easiest way to do that? If I break it up here... whatever, let's go this way. We'll deconstruct here and dig all this out. That's actually a really good idea. Excellent thought. You want a T-shirt with Chewie and Han's polo? The tricky part with that stuff is that the characters for Oxygen Not Included are Clay licensed product. I don't think we have permission to do that. Not for the Philippines, but AOD is just as far away. Oh, very cool. Thanks, Biome. Forgot you were in Australia. Thank you so much for the super chat. It is pretty much just as far away. Colony requires med beds. I mean, how sick is he? Can't be that sick. Immune system's still good. He's fine. I don't even see a lot of sneezing going on. Some minor inconvenience. Duplicants just need to get like swimsuits or something so they're not so upset when the oh, there we go. That's giving us a nice concentration of CO2 now. Sweet, that was a good idea. Later on we'll block this off again in case we lower the CO2 level here. And that'll keep it trapped in there. Hatch Ranch! Yeah, we're gonna start a hatch ranch soon. I gotta figure out where to put it though. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking maybe somewhere up top. Or if we end up branching it out into this space and sort of reclaiming it, we can get rid of the germs. We can put a hatch ranch out there. Or I guess over here, too, would apply. Lots of slime and stuff here. So, we might even be able to tap into this natural gas geyser to take care of the germs in the slime area. But, man, this stuff's so hot now. 42 degrees. We just searched for Oxygen Not Included on Redbubble. Is there, are there shirts in there with Oxygen Not Included stuff on it? I didn't even look. I'm sure they're not really allowed to use those things. Because you have to, oops, hold on. 25% off wall art. Original art for the best kind of space cadets. Use Dream 25. Oh, interesting. When you upload artwork to Redbubble, when you want to use it for something, you actually have to say that you have the rights to use the artwork as well. So the only thing I think of is like maybe this, like some of this stuff is drawn by people, so that's cool. But I can see at least one shirt there where they're using like branded logos and stuff. I don't know how that works. That's funny. Research plus 8 cannot research. Yeah. All right, so we're up to... Man, actually, it's not going to take us too long to get through the rest of this. You know what? Maybe we should do healthcare since people are starting to get a little sick from the water. We'll have the research done in no time. We don't want to be halfway through the stream yet, and the research will be all done. We'll be out of water down here, but we'll have all the research done. It looks straight up hijacked, yeah. The game should be dupes and derpy ladders. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like snakes and ladders, only more derpy. Why don't we speak of Zomdurgan? I don't understand. Is there a missing vent piece up top? No, I have the vent right here to empty it out the gases. This top one doesn't need a vent because we're going to pump it directly into the hydrogen generator. This pump should be turned off for now. And we should turn this off for now until we're ready to kind of start everything up here. I don't want anything to produce gases and stuff on me. Chlorine actively kills germs, but germs still die off very slowly in anything but polluted O2. Yeah. I mean, if you get clean air, they die off a little quicker, but as long as they're airborne, it's the surface-based ones that are tough. And as long as there's the surface germs exposed, the air ones reproduce so quickly. Went back through the stream to try and find your missing water, but it was definitely gradual and not some sort of resettling. Faster gradual, yeah. No, I think it was just we just powered through a whole pile of research really fast on top of producing food. I've been doing research a little bit more slowly toward the end of the last stream because I had them cleaning stuff up. So the water wasn't going down very quickly. But by the time we start to pour that into the supercomputer, it adds up quick. A little too quick. Alright, this is full of CO2 now, so I'm going to block this wall off, just so that we have this maintained as its own separate unit. That way the CO2 will always stay in there, even if we scrub the stuff that's down here. What do you think will happen to the water when it's used in the supercomputer? That's a really good question. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is there's this little fancy bird right here that's got to do the water drinking. So maybe they're using it for that. Hypothermia is still active, is it? No, I don't see any duplicates with hypothermia. They got over it, which is funny because they've still been running. They were running through the water and stuff a bunch. I also need a place to dump our polluted water. I haven't built one of those yet. We're getting kind of a bit of it. How's our germ situation out here? Look at all this airborne... What the... Why do we have all this airborne food poisoning? That's really weird. What's making airborne food poisoning? That's super strange. Alright. Not that I mean, they don't get sick off it, but it's just weird to have it there. I don't know. The Fancy Bird's from The Simpsons. Homer works from home. It's drinking the water, Marge. Germs in the bathroom. Yeah, I mean, they're producing germs and all, but... I mean, the airborne food poisoning germs are weird. Like, that's normally not... It's not something that happens naturally. Unless you put water that has pollution in it through the electrolyzer, and then you get airborne food poisoning, but... It's off-gassing from the polluted water from the sinks. Yeah, but again, it normally doesn't... I don't know, maybe they tweaked it a little bit, but it didn't used to go airborne that way. I gotta get rid of that polluted water, though, so we can not have that problem. Again, it's not that it's a big deal. I just don't like the germs there. So what I'm thinking is if we put something out here... No, they're not gonna be able to reach that, actually. How's our germ situation out here? Yeah. Ugh. That's so gross. I was kind of hoping I could create a room over there to dump nasty water in, but we don't really have any really good places to do it, actually. I could put it next to the kitchen, but that just strikes me as wrong to have the doorway there. I do need someplace to dump it, though. I don't want it to just keep accumulating forever. Man, look at all the puffs down here. This is Puff City. Little pufflet prints, puff prints, regular puffed, another puffed. Wolframite. There's a cold biome down here. Sweet. Score. Alright, so we got cold biome down to the bottom left, too. So we have cold biome top right, cold bottom bio left. Evil air bubbles from in front of many locker germs. Yeah, we got some, like, food that went bad on the ground. Or what is this? Polluted dirt. Why is that sitting there? I don't think... You know what? I think I need another composter. This is a problem. Okay. This whole super hot dirt thing that comes out of the composter is like the bane of my existence lately. I'm going to have to put the compost somewhere else. I think I could create like a little room down here maybe for it. And kind of bottle it away from the rest of the colony. So I've largely been... In the past, I've always put the compost like right next to the bathroom. So they don't have to send it very far. But that's just not going to fly going forward, I don't think. I'm going to need something down here where I can kind of package it away from things. So I'm going to try and build a little space down here for it. I don't know why I did insulation there. That's not even needed. I'm going to build a little floor down here. We'll set up multiples of these... multiples of the composters down there. Because it does produce dirt, which is handy. It just happens to be super hot dirt. But if I keep the heat trapped away down here where I don't really have to worry about it too much, then I feel like that will be a decent enough solution. And then I can get rid of this up here. That'll stop the germ production up top. This little thing here I'm not super thrilled with anymore. I don't want to clean the oxygen or clean the polluted air that's coming out of this thing too. Maybe I'll change that. Hold on. Leave a little space. We'll throw an air deodorizer in here. We'll do a couple more of them. And then air deodorizer on that end too. So that'll give us plenty of space to produce dirt. They can reach it. If they can build this floor right here, they can hop up from the pitcher pump. They're like squeezing through the little opening there. They haven't even built it yet. Build a small room with a mesh tile and deodorizers. Have compost in it so it makes good oxygen supply. Yeah, well, I mean, it makes some oxygen. Like, it doesn't make good oxygen supply. You couldn't survive off it. Just realized the CrypticFox streamed early today. Hey, Chew. I actually have been streaming early all week. Well, aside from yesterday. It was late yesterday because of a business dinner, but I've been trying to stream at like 9 o'clock all week. I succeeded now a couple days. Ooh, look, we have another egg. Let's make more eggs. Go crack an egg. Make ourselves some omelet. Compost build is unreachable. It shouldn't be. They can... Hold on, let's find out 1 second here. I'm gonna make this all a 6. So they should be able to stand on the platform and build the pieces here, and then jump up from the platform onto it. Yeah, see? They can reach it. They just weren't doing it. Big difference between not being able to reach it and just not doing it. I'm gonna set these for priority 6. So they'll fill up the bottom food containers before they fill up the top ones. And we'll copy the settings too, I guess. Actually, by copying settings, I just copy the priority. It's super smart. I can watch your stream every day now until I go back to school. Nice, Chew. Are you off for the whole summer now? This needs to be broken down. We'll deconstruct this. We're gonna need more toilets too. We've only had 2 toilets still. Research complete. Man, we're almost finished. Oh, actually, that was an old one. Never mind. They're still working. Low on algae. Where's our algae? We are 663 kilograms. See, this is why I wanted to move away from the algae because so I don't have to keep paying attention to it. Fortunately, we have people that are dedicated miners, so it should be relatively easy for them to get a bunch of algae here. Because we got huge pockets of it right now. Well, relatively huge. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they're not that big, but there's a fair amount of it that they can gather from different places in the colony. Without too much difficulty. We're going to end up hollowing out this whole side over here, by the way. I'm going to turn this into rooms. The ladder will just be here temporarily. Actually, how big are these rooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tiles wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aw, just a little bit too close. So, yeah, I'll end up moving this ladder. We'll, like, shift the whole thing over. I'm going to try and do the same sort of, like, double hotel setup here. Why starting without me? No, sorry, Leonardo the Gamer. I couldn't sit and wait. Have you thought about putting a few air scrubbers near the compost for a bit of extra O2? Oh, I have the deodorizers. If that's what you mean. Ooh, you know what? Actually, this is not going to work. So these air scrubbers... Or not the air scrubbers, the deodorizers... That's fine. It's got food poisoning germs. Polluted oxygen. What's going to happen is the polluted oxygen from these is actually going to go upwards. So these deodorizers aren't really even going to get a chance to scrub them too much. No, they're getting a little bit. Just not as much as I would like them to. The polluted air is going straight up into our kitchen space. Kitchen / supercomputer space. That sucks. That's not what I wanted. How can I better scrub that out of there? I guess I could put the deodorizers above them so they actually have to pass right through them. There, if I put them there, then the polluted O2 that comes off of this will have drift across the top of here. The polluted O2 that goes straight up of these will go up there. We can build our deodorizers on top of these. That'll clean the air that comes out of it. We'll get a little bit of clean oxygen at least. Yeah, dupe insurance is a big priority. Yeah, if we the germs are escaping. They're just food poisoning germs. I mean, we have a whole bunch of them floating around in here right now. Like these bottles here really got to go. They are not making things good right now. Nobody's getting sick. They're all at 100%, so it's not really that big of a deal, but I just don't like having all those germs around. It's bad. Let's make Shock into a plumber. So Shock can do pipe emptying for us when we need it. That's the only person that's maxed out so far. I also really need them to finish this stuff. If they can do this down here, that'd be great. And this up here. Get all this stuff done, please. I can cancel this build over, this digging over here. We don't need that. That's why I meant put airflow mesh tiles and PO2 would go straight through the deodorizers. Yeah, well, I put them at the floor level, but that made no sense because the PO2 is, or the polluted oxygen is automatically going upwards. We'll set these for 7 for refills. There we go. Now they can do some cleaning. That's better. That'll keep the polluted oxygen from floating all over the place. Because the polluted air automatically wants to go up because the CO2 is there and it wants to sort itself above the CO2, so it's just going to go straight up. Let's use distillation next. We're going to totally deplete this water by the time we're done research. All those nasty germs, I bet your dupes all look sticky. Maybe. I can't give them a shower, though. We don't have any showers built yet. Help them wash off that whole griminess. What do I want to do with this polluted water? Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something up top side here instead. Actually, where's the germ layout? Oh, I'm going to dig into germs if I do this. I'm trying to avoid getting too much germ interaction really early on. But if I do something in through the bathroom here, we can dig out a spot here. This is going to be gross. Alright, we dig out a spot here, and this will let us create a place to put a little emptying pump jobby. I want this to be insulated. That mushroom's going to be in the way. That's great. Actually, I don't really know what am I doing. I don't even need this to be insulated. Just let it be like the raw rock surface. That's fine. Okay. So in here, we're going to need a fancy door. I gotta break the tiles here first. Okay, deconstruct these. Give me space. That'll open that up. We're gonna put the air deodorizer in here because we're going to clean up the nasty gases that come off it. We're gonna need a ladder, of course. The ladder can go right down the wall. And then we'll put a pitcher bottle emptier thing in here too. There. So this will be where they can go to take the nastiness when they gotta dump it out. Stream just went past 400. Keep being awesome. Thanks, Mr. Guru. What about polluted water straight down from the food storage? Yeah, my only concern with that is that we have CO2 trapped in here now, so all the food that's in here is going to stay sterile. It'll never go bad. And this pocket of CO2 will never be able to get out of here. Oh, we got hypothermia again. That's what I get for making them play in the water so much. I really should build a hospital. I guess I should do that up top here. Where's our medicine? Let's throw a couple of hospital beds in here. We're going to need, in the furniture, we'll have to have a little mess table. And they're also going to need a bathroom. The bathroom doesn't have to be hooked up to anything, but they have to have one. Ooh, man, this isn't going to work. Need more space. That's what we want. Furniture, mess table, lavatory. We'll need a door on each end, of course. Oh man, I just derpy built it. Go me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make because what might happen with them not having a bathroom up here is they may end up like throwing up or peeing on the floor or something. So maybe what I will do is just plan to have the door up one step. We'll build a little lip on it so that if there's any nastiness that comes out of the hospital, it'll be largely contained. And I made that only 3 high because that was super smart of me. There we go. Yeah, like that. Got a couple pictures in there. It'll be like a second home almost for all our sick little duplicants. And I should probably actually put some airflow tiles in here too so they get oxygen and get rid of CO2. There we go. Alright, that'll be our hospital whenever they get around to building it. Because I have them doing so many other things right now. No, I pretty much never dupe myself. If the bathroom doesn't have to be hooked up, does it even have to be on the floor? Can you install a toilet in the wall sideways? You know what? That's a really good question. I don't know if they'll build it. That's really funny. I should try that at some point. I'm not going to do it this time. But that's a really good question. I don't know if you can just... I don't think you can put it sideways. It won't let you rotate it that way. If you take a normal lavatory... Because the door for the lavatory is actually in the front. I don't think rotation's even an option. Yeah, you can't rotate it at all. But theoretically, if it doesn't have to be on the floor, you're right. You probably could just put it, like, up in a space. That's funny. Am I adding more dupes? I will be, yeah. So I want to get to... I mean, we have a good amount of food. If we can get the oxygen supply set up, and if I get it pumping at a good temperature out of here so that everything's working the way that I want it to... Unreachable build. Why is it unreachable? Why does it keep saying that's unreachable? I don't understand. Huh. Alright. I can fix that. Throw one little ladder there, and then when this is built, they can hop straight across to it. That's super weird, but whatever. I think what's happening is it's saying that it's unreachable, so they won't go down into the water after it. But if they go down into the water after something else, it then becomes reachable again because they're already in the water. It's so weird. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to add more duplicants to the colony. I'm going to build the second living quarters over on this side. But I want to make sure we have the steady supply of oxygen before we get that point. Go lock the infected in an airtight room. They're not even infected. I mean, they just have hypothermia, so... See, look, how's he doing? Tommy Chris has hypothermia. Let's check the vitals. Tommy Chris. 56% stress. So he's a little stressed, but, you know, he's not... Food expectations poor. His health is still 100 of 100. It's not like he's not gonna die or anything. He's just really stressed right now. He's like, I don't like being sick. Man, we're really close to being done research. I love when we finish the whole research tree and I can just destroy those things and not have them around anymore. Summon every dupe challenge? Oh, I've done that a couple times. I think the highest we got up to was it 60? Is that how high we got? I don't remember now. You're right, it is the depth of the water. However, I'm creating a little shortcut for them. If they build this little ladder step here, they can hop from this ladder onto it and then finish that build. There, see? Should be. As soon as they finish that, these will be readily accessible. They can finish building that. That's going to be done. This is almost done up here, except for this one little spot here. Finish that, please. I do still need the automation stuff, so they kind of need to get this done for me. Okay, that's done. We have all our gas pipes finished. Water pipes are all done. The pump is moving water up to our electrolyzer, which is turned off right now, so it's not going to start running just yet, but it's almost ready to go. Grandpa's back. I only watch you for Fortnite normally, but I thought I'd check in. Hey, Grandpa. Welcome. Though, chill and happy Oni night. Yeah. I love this game. You know what I think is really cool about it is just like it's every now and then I like to go and poke around on Reddit and stuff and see the stuff that people are building and the solutions they have for different problems, and there's just so much crazy creativity that goes on with this game. People have gotten really interesting with some of the stuff they make. I need a door over here. I'm gonna use a mechanized airlock. How much power does that thing draw now? You actually have to power the mechanized airlock. You didn't have to before. 120 watts of power. That's insane. Insane. Now, granted, it only gets used when it opens the door, but still. I want it to go quickly, so we're gonna put a little power in it. They built the bottle emptier before they built the floor underneath. Oh no, no, no! Don't let that thing in here. Who dug that out? Just because I told them to. All right, this guy's got to die. Kill him quick. Get him. Get him. And then you fell asleep just as you killed him off. Excellent timing. Do I love Fortnite? I definitely enjoy it. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, so the food poisoning germs in the air kind of beat back the slime lung that was in the air. So the slime lung didn't get a chance to come in. So this really disgusting bathroom worked in our favor. Ha! And those of you who thought we needed to clean up, take that. That's really weird. Look at it. It beat the slime lung all the way back to here. It's got it like totally suppressed. That's actually really interesting because they can breathe the airborne food poisoning with zero negative effect. It doesn't hurt them at all. Very interesting. You could almost use that to purify a zone, or at least keep your duplicates in a space where they're not totally grossed out, because they can like send a bunch of like food poisoning polluted air in there, let it push back all the slime lung air, and then they can work. That's kind of cool. What's my favorite game so far? I would say definitely this. Sweeper Reservoir literally drives me insane. Like, I'm fine without symmetry, but dumping nasty water on resources. Ah! Well, this is just dirt, though. That's not even... Is it even dirt? It's granite. I'll think about it. Maybe I want to drive people insane. Be like, take that. Alright. This fancy, super hot dirt down here. The only nice thing about these little things of dirt is that even though it's super hot, they're very low mass, so they don't really pass the heat off too badly. I mean, obviously, if we move the dirt up here and put it into our planters, it's going to be a problem. And this is now above the water line, so I actually need to move my storage containers. Let's put our storage on this side of things now instead. If they build those... Oh, they can't even reach it yet. That was silly of me. I built this really high thing in here because I thought I was going to have like a high water reservoir, but I guess I don't. I don't really need to. We'll put a ladder there so they can hop across. So we'll let them build the two reservoirs, or the two storage compactors here. We'll move all the dirt over so it stays underwater where it can cool and not end up with crazy atomically hot dirt. Because this has dirt at 22 degrees. This is dirt at 22.3 degrees. So it did a really good job of cooling the dirt off. It's not 70 degrees anymore. You have a few places that are unreachable, so build's not finished. Where? I mean, this isn't, obviously, because that's done there. But everything else is finished building. Well, this isn't reachable up top here, but that's not really that big of a deal. It still actually is a contained room. This isn't reachable either, but again, not really a big deal because it's still a contained room. So later on, this isn't going to stay here permanently. I just built it up there temporarily so we can produce some refined metal, which actually I need to get set up now. Ooh, look at that. It's got a different layout now. Sandstone to sand. Oh, you can actually purposely make sand. That's really cool. You can make lime and sand now. So before it was just you made metals and then you'd get like sand as a byproduct, but now you can intentionally make sand. I like that. Let's make a bunch of refined copper because I need stuff for a little automation switch. Advanced metal. Yeah. How do they get hypothermia? They get it by hanging out in the cold biome, but they also get it from hanging out in water. Damien the Spawn, $5 super chat. Have I messed the dupe name pool? Nope, because I haven't brought any duplicates in yet today. We still have the 10 from the first stream. When I get the oxygen supply set up and running properly, then I'm going to start to work on some secondary living quarters so we can bring in more duplicants. This is set up here just to appease you. I'll sweep the bottom. I'd rather they get that done quickly, though, because I kind of want to start emptying polluted water out there. We'll copy settings from here. Put these at priority 4. There we go. All right, so I have these set at priority 6, so they'll make a point of trying to store the dirt when it becomes up available here, so I don't leaving like hot dirt sitting out to heat up the bottom part of the base. Do I use pharma chambers? Yeah, for some things. They're good for like healing injuries, but they don't help with hypothermia. So if you look at medicine, pharma chamber. Greatly accelerates recovery from diseases, but hypothermia doesn't count as a disease. Overheat temperature inputs. I could have sworn there was a thing here that said specifically it doesn't help with hypothermia. It might be in the broader description when you actually look at the details after you've made it. Maybe it'll be up here. Hold on. Pharma chamber. Pharma chamber decreases patient's disease recovery time, but cannot heal oh, it's physical injuries that it doesn't deal with. Okay, so it's good for hypothermia, but not physical injury. Requires healthcare research. Yada, 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 yada. Alright, so it probably would have worked for hypothermia. It's more like, I guess, the physical injury it doesn't heal. That's okay, though. It takes power, though, and we're still just running on little hamster wheels, so... Use the granulator to make food sand for your hatch armies before the cosmic upgrade. Oh, that's cool. I think hydro-oxygen is ready. It looks like it pretty much is. They're building... So they're still making the... I love the way they punch that. They're still making refined metal for me, but I'm going to use that in the automation for an Atmos sensor that we'll put up here. We're going to connect this up by automation wire to our little pump. Once they get that built, we'll close the door that's here. And we'll enable all the buildings and get all this fired up. Hi, cryogenic candy. It's going well. See you, Grandpa Plays. Thanks for coming out. Use the chamber for everything except wounds. Yeah, I really should have. But I don't know. Just extra power consumption right now. For some reason, I thought hypothermia wasn't one that's covered, but I guess it's just actual physical injury. It doesn't ever use much power. Oh, that's good. Maybe what we'll do is we'll have one med bed for injuries, and then we'll change this other med bed to pharma chamber. I'll have to get rid of the picture, because the pharma chamber is a little taller. And I need refined metal, too. Make me more of the refined metals. Activate the wheel to power up top. It's not quite... Well, the batteries are actually already charged up, so they technically already have an injection of power that they can get. How much is in them, though? I did use some of the power for this thing. But I needed them to finish building this before I could do it anyway. No, I haven't told them to empty the bottles in it yet because someone was complaining that they wanted the stuff swept out of the bottom first before we dump it full of germs. So I told them to sweep the bottom, but nobody's done the work yet. Alright, let's set this to 750 for now because I don't want this to turn on just yet. So if it's above 750, turn on. Ooh, actually, man, it's high pressure up here. Good lord. All that good air we made. 2,000? We are going to damage our fancy little hydrogen generator here. Let's take this door. We'll set it back on auto. This pump can be enabled. This can be enabled. Alright, the batteries are tapped out. This will be enabled too. So actually, that's probably good. I want them to turn everything on, and then I can start them all up at the same time by enabling this building. We'll see how well this cools it down. It should work really well. The water is at 22 degrees, and it can take quite a bit of heat out of the gas before it gets to the point where it's really heating up. Because of all the things in this game to change temperatures on, water is one of the worst. Alright, that's running. It's going to take a little bit until we actually get enough through this hydrogen generator. Because unfortunately we have a pretty high concentration of oxygen in here. This thing's maxing out on its pressure too. It's going to damage our... No, if it's above 750, turn on. Why are you not turning on? Building disabled. Oh, I thought they enabled it already. Come on. You're killing me over here. The farm critters. Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get to farm critters too. We'll have ranches built. Don't you worry. Game prioritizes med beds over chambers. I had to disable your bed. Oh, really? That's lame. Super lame. Can't even make the farmer chamber yet. Critter in my farm. Oh, yeah. That's okay. These guys don't eat nearly as much as they used to. And I have an overabundance of food right now. So I'm not too worried about that. Like, so these things actually have a... I don't think you can see it on here right now. But they have... this meal ice. Hold still. Hatch. He's not tame, so we can't see his kilocalorie count, but they don't eat nearly as much as they used to. They used to be ravenous. They would just gobble up everything. But now they eat so infrequently that it actually doesn't have that big of an impact. Researching jobs. They took our jobs. And the only person that's maxed out is our chef, Kaboom. I'm going to leave him as a chef, though, because I want him to continue focusing. Oh, actually, our farmhand did, too. Let's move up Farmer Simmons. There we go. Soon we'll have to go into bristle blossoms, and then we'll make better use of our farmer. This is... Oh, we're so close to being done. So close! After this, we'll be able to make glass. So we can make a big fish tank. That's what I really want to make. Of all the stuff I can make with glass, the fish tank is what I really want. I don't know why. Thanks, Happy Sloth. Glad you enjoy the channel. Another hour or two wouldn't kill you. Haven't eaten in 12 hours. Oh my gosh, Durgan. Back in for the live stream. Hi, Skylar. Welcome. How many wheelwood plants do you need per person? I think it's, you know what? I don't even know anymore. If you're turning it into lice loaf, I think it's 3 plants, or is it 2? I can't remember now. It's 2 or 3 plants per duplicate, basically. I have an excess here, technically. But I didn't count these out. I didn't plan these specifically for a certain number of duplicants. I just built a whole bunch. Force open. Oh, yeah, I gotta open this door. Sure, blast. Darn you, duplicants. Go do the thing with the thing on the stuff. This guy's running his heart out. You're just wasting it. He opened it from below and didn't go up top. Go turn this thing on. Okay, there we go. Now this, we want that to be back on auto. Somebody go please do that. Sooner rather than later. This is gonna get really broken really quick. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. Once it pumps that out, now we've got our separation of gases. We have oxygen below. It's maintaining a pressure around 700, which is great, which means this will always be moving 500 grams per second. This is only going to turn on when the pressure here gets up to like 750. Send it to our generator. All right, everything's good. This can stop running now. Disable this. Oops, no, deconstruct. Just disable it. Cancel deconstruct. There we go. All right, turn the treadmill off. Let's see how the temperature is looking right here. All right, the gas that's coming through the pipe is coming through at... It's still fairly cool. It's 28.5. It's going through the water, and it's coming out on the other side at 22. It's good for now, but it's not hot yet, so we'll see what it's like when it actually comes out of here really hot. This gas is going to get up to like 30 and climbing. That's actually not bad. It's sitting pretty steady at 30. I thought this was supposed to come out like crazy hot. Someone was saying it came out like 70 now. Yeah, that was right. 40 is the temperature it's coming out at. It's in the 40 range. Weird. Plants don't have infinite harvest because my mealwood farm never needs replant after I run it for 100 cycles. No, they harvest them 3 times, but then it drops a little seed, and they can just replant the seed. So they changed the farming at one point so that... Actually, I want to turn this off. Disable that building. They did change the farming at one point so that the plants didn't produce seeds all the time. That was kind of a super nuisance. But they switched it back at some point later, so they actually regularly produce the seeds now. We have a good oxygen supply going, so I think we'll just both be ready to bring in more duplicants. I just need places to put them. So over here, I'm going to build another duplicate residence. So we got an egg there, too. Crack me an egg. Every time a hatch egg comes up, I want them to crack it. For now, anyway. Don't plants die on their own anymore? They do not. No. The only time they'll die is if they stifle. So because they don't have fertilizer or they don't have enough air pressure or whatever the case might be. That's the point where they die off. So I normally would switch my toilets over to the regular lavatories. I'm probably actually just going to keep using outhouses because now that the compost produces dirt instead of fertilizer, the dirt's going to be useful for mealwood plants. It's useful for producing food if it gets to the point where we have to. They still have 1 seed here. Why haven't they picked that up? Is it because our storage container isn't set to hold it? Yep. Let's see. Organic. We don't want polluted dirt or rot piles in here. But otherwise, let's just copy everything. Copy settings. Perfect. Snoops. Another $2 super chat. I'm having derpy snowfox withdrawals. The snowfox. Air vent's overpressurized. Yeah, it is, but that's fine. So it's only going to move little bits of air in there, but it's basically going to help you maintain max pressure. So I'm not really too worried about it. This wire here I'm going to disconnect because I don't want my refined metal rock granulator thing to tap out the power supply I need for that. Do we have enough to make the pharma chamber yet? We do. There we go. Let's plug that right there. That's going to need power, of course. There we go. Water all but gone in the third room. It is, yeah. They're like right down to the dregs. So this kitchen that I had set up over here, now I got my food storage there. I think I'm going to end up leaving my kitchen there. I was going to move the kitchen, but I guess I could stay in that location. Where am I going to put, like, eating spaces for people? I could put the dining room, like, really far away from the food, but then they got to run forever to go get it, and that kind of stinks. Oh, you ordered pizza? Now I'm super hungry. I could totally use a pizza right now. Water for polluted water isn't set. It's not, but that was on purpose because there was still something there I hadn't picked up yet. It was the seed. And now we can set this for... I don't want all liquid. It's just polluted water. And I'm going to set that at a 6 so that they have buckets of polluted, or bottles of polluted water. They'll get rid of that sooner rather than later. This is running well up here. Ooh, we got a little hydrogen leak. How did that happen? That's really weird. How did we get hydrogen down there? Weird. That's a really odd place for the hydrogen to be in light of the way our system is set up. It should be up top here if it came out at all. But it most definitely is not. There's a little spot right there that might have come out the door. Weird. Alright, whatever. It's not really going to cause any problems sitting here, at least. New level copy. Yeah. Just turn off that algae machine. Yeah, this other one here, we could probably switch it off. I mean, this is producing 500 grams per second. This one over here is producing at what rate? 500 grams per second. We'll see how long this lasts. So this one source of oxygen coming in probably isn't going to be enough to maintain pressure with 10 duplicants breathing, but we'll see. Our CO2 is actually starting to... Well, it's built up a little bit. 1,500. It's going to start to press up out of this well that we have down here. So we're going to have to start to clean this at some point, too. I can do that easy enough now that this bottler's all done. We can deconstruct this. Let's just mop up all the water that's down here to use for bottles. Oh, they can't reach that stuff. That figures. Under here is, I think, where I'm going to put my CO2 scrubber. Yeah, the O2 pump was running on its own for a while. It sucked up hydrogen because of pressure. Oh, yeah, that would do it, I guess. Yeah. That's how it got there. So it sent it down the pipe, and then it came out of here and settled up there. Okay. So it's not really that big a deal. I can even just dig out this... If we dig out this spot right here, it'll actually move upwards even higher. Okay, over here is where we're going to put our second set of living quarters. This ladder will ultimately have to move. Do I even have enough space over here? So they need 6 per room if I'm going to have to give them individual rooms the same way as they have on the other side. Now, there's no real benefit to giving them their own specific room. I just happen to like doing it because it's novel. But if you're wondering why I do that, it's not for any real reason. It's this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that'll be like your room size. That'll get us 3 rooms there. We can do our ladder down this central part here. And then this ladder over here is going to need to be deconstructed, but we'll end up putting rooms on this side also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. So like I said, this ladder is going to go. So right now it's kind of running through the middle of everything. But that'll give us another 6 rooms on that side where we can put another set of duplicants. I'll build another bathroom probably down here. Or maybe I should do it up top so it's never sitting down in the CO2 well. Much to consider. The gas coming out here is 31 degrees. It's coming down the pipe by the time it gets down here. Gas and pipe is 28.9 degrees. When it comes out on this side, it's 22. So we're getting the perfect temperature of the gas coming out of the water. So that's ideal, at least until this water runs out. Obviously, when that goes down, it's going to be a problem. Am I making a duplex? Yeah, pretty much. Duplex. What a pun. Let's dig all this out. We're going to need a ladder down here. Just as well, because they can use it to go up and down from the farm system as well. Up here can be dug out. This will all give us a small amount more algae even. A little bit of a bizolite there too. Just dig out the whole works. Give us the goods. This is going to take them a while. They'll be at this construction project for a little bit. There we go. That'll be the second set of duplicate living quarters. My Smule cover was fantastic. Oh, the one for Phantom of the Opera? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, man. Here comes the negativity. Please keep the chat family friendly. There's no reason to be like that. Why not just move the rooms over instead of having 3 ladders? Well, only because I want the spacing. So one of my big focuses usually when I'm building my colony. Actually, what am I doing? I have them building insulation where I want them to have. I want them to have airflow tiles. One of the big things I try to focus on when I'm building my colony is that I want them to be able to have like a decent gas movement. So my intention in trying to leave gaps around the ladders and things is just to allow for gases to move around easily, like that. Now all these will need doors, obviously. Dig all this out. Extend this ladder so it goes all the way to the bottom. Actually, I'm not sure I'm thrilled with that ladder placement. I was going to do another bathroom down here, but now that might create difficulty doing space down here. If I went into plumbing, threw in a couple of outhouses, I think I could only put in a single sink this way and no door. Same as that one. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is we'll do the ladder here. We'll cancel this ladder. We'll turn this into like a full roof here instead. I have no idea why I built this out of insulated tile over here. That was a complete waste of materials. I was thinking this outer wall needed to be insulated. Whoops. Nope, no dust yet. We're good. What's the most dupes I've had at one time? I think it was around 60. I don't remember the exact number. We did a colony, a couple colonies actually, where I was just taking a duplicant every single time the gate turned on. And we got up to around 60. There were some deaths in that colony, so it's not like we went 60 with 0 deaths. But at one point, I think we maxed out around 60 duplicants. Covered New Orleans Sinking wasn't bad either. I think you have a voice to sing like Smoke on the Water, LaGrange, sung Johnny Cash. Yeah, one of the songs that are deeper like that, it's like right in my vocal range. Tragically Hip is something I used to sing at karaoke all the time. Made a new debug sandbox seed to play around with. Use CrypticFox little O2 setup with radiant pipes inside to cool it, 1 hydrogen and 2 coal gens. 800 plus 600 2k watts setup. Oh, sweet. Need to move our pipes to the apartment? No, the pipes can stay there. It's the ladder I have to get rid of. The pipes will just pass right through. It's not really an issue. Yeah, Jurgen was a zombie at some point. I'm glad you guys like the little cover things. It's not. People are always asking me to sing on stream and stuff, and it's a little awkward when I'm sitting here playing a game just to sing something. But I've been toying around with that Smule app a little bit, so I figured as long as it had recordings of those, I might as well make that available, appease the masses. Okay, this ladder's got to go now. Deconstruct buildings. This ladder all the way down here can go. Get it out of there. Eat it. Don't need oxygen. Oxygen's overrated. Wait, who's ugly now? Give Durgan one of those rooms with the pipes running through. It won't be ugly. We'll hide it behind a picture or something. It'll be fine. I mean, we could run the piping through the wall so it's not visible, but I just feel like that's kind of a waste of effort. I don't think there's any negative decor effect from the piping. I mean, you might not like the way that it looks, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually impact decor. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's really ugly over here. Whoever's moving into these apartments is gonna have a bit of a rough time of things. Oh, I forgot I told them to build toilets there. We should probably make sure we have sinks then. Give me a couple wash basins, I guess. This will actually need to be deconstructed and replaced with a tile, and then we'll also put a door on there. Actually, you know what? Let's prepare for a whole bunch of duplicants. Let's put 3 toilets in this side. Or 3 outhouses anyway. I'm not going to use lavatories right now because there just doesn't seem to be a benefit to actually converting it into polluted water and stuff. And then we'll use a triple sink system on this side. Where's my medicine again? That could be finished off with a door. And we'll throw a little air freshener in there too, just because, you know, that could be really stinky in a space like that. No research. Oh, yeah, sorry. We got one more research item to finish. Oh, or do we? Oh, look at that. 2 points left to research for the refractive decor. Then we can do transit tubes and we're all done. Insufficient resource water. Oh, right. I forgot. That's why they're not doing the research. I totally forgot about putting the new pitcher pump in. Where can I put this? I guess we're going to have to drain this water down, which really stinks. I'm going to need to start cleaning water soon to create another secondary water supply. Unless we can find a geyser. Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright, we'll put it over here, I guess. That's kind of a long run, unfortunately, for them. They're going to have to go, like, around and grab the water and then run all the way back. But we only have one more research item left to do. I think they're more using the water in producing lice loaf. Because it uses 50 kilograms of water. What research do I like to max out first? In terms of, like, the total tree, I don't really have, like, a specific tree I max out. Usually my order of research is I always go for the farming first. Basic farming. Because that will give you access to compost, to process stuff from your outhouses. It gives you, if you like them, the algae terrariums, I never use them. Or at least I use them very sparingly. It also lets you get planter boxes if you want to plant a farm that way. Meal preparation gives you access to the farm tile if you want to make a compact farm. Usually what I'll often do is I'll use planter boxes, at least I have in the past, because you can put them on top of airflow tiles and let CO2 pass through where you can't do that with the farm tile. And the more you can keep the CO2 away from, if it's in an oxygenated area, if you can keep it away from your plants, then you don't have to worry about low pressure systems stifling plant growth. But lately I've been using just like a smaller, more compact farm. So I'm using farm tiles for that. So normally this farming stuff is what I like to get to first. Then advanced research, because you're going to need it to do all the rest of the stuff. Once the advanced research is done, you can also build your jobs board. And then after that, it's a lot of preference type stuff. So power regulation is good for the large batteries. You're going to need plumbing and stuff at some point, but it's not critical right away. So probably, I would say I do those first. And then after that, I pick and choose as I advance. I don't very often just say do the entire tree until I'm down to the point where I'm not specifically looking for things anymore. Trap dudes because I deleted the ladder. Where? Oh, yeah, they gotta finish the floor here. Well, no, this is open still. They can still hop across. Once they build that ladder. Uh-oh. They're all stuck in the apartment. Okay, hold on. Let's prioritize the ladder here. Obviously, this needs to be done first. They have the materials here at least because they were doing the digging, so they can get out. They're good. Hooray! They're alive. Nobody's dead. It's a miracle. It's gonna look a little ugly, but I see no point in using... I don't know why I used all this insulated tile. That was a total waste of materials. Algae terrariums are overrated. Trust me. Yeah, I don't really like them either. They do seem to go through a lot of water. They go through a lot of algae. They don't produce oxygen at quite the rate that the algae deoxidizers do. So, I don't know. I'd generally stay away from them. I'll use them every once in a while if I need like something in a small space to convert the CO2, but otherwise I'm not generally super worried about it. Ooh, it's warm and spicy in here. I need to move the batteries now. I think I'm going to convert this ceiling up here to insulation. And I'm going to build a battery room in here, I think. Make sure they can actually reach it without actually having to climb up top. Normally I like to do everything like 4 tiles high inside, but it doesn't really matter for the batteries so much. And then I should probably... Well, I don't know. We'll see. See how hot this gets. A lot of the heat might come out the door, which could be a problem. But I'm going to build large batteries up here. So we can get rid of the small batteries that we have in the middle of the colony that are producing heat. Yeah, I'll have to make 3 of them, I guess. That was derpy. Come on. Can't even click right anymore. Every time I go to click someplace, I'm always clicking the wrong spot. Alright, once I get that built, I'm going to get rid of this little battery here because it's producing heat. Research looks like it is all done. No, transit tubes, last one. Come on. Finish the transit tube. We can get rid of that, and that's a significant heat source we can get rid of. Do I plan on giving the apartment rooms wallpaper? I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, we could do that, I guess. Why does this look small in there? I guess it's not. Let's get furniture in there. Make cots in each of these. They're obviously going to want to have some artwork, too. Furniture, paintings. Our artist isn't technically an artist anymore, but they still have the skill. So they can go take care of that. It's really ugly over there, but it'll get better. It'll get better. We need in here a little tile. Wallpaper for duplex rooms? Yeah, we might do that. It's a shame there's only like one. I don't think it has multiple choices, does it? I've never checked. You know what? I should have experimented to see whether the different materials produce a different look to the wallpaper. I have a feeling not. It'd be neat if they did. Now let's see what happens. We'll try a room up here with it. Oh. I'll give that one room wallpaper. We'll see what it looks like. I don't know if it actually affects the decor, though. Does it? I haven't played with the wallpaper in the slightest. It's thermally reactive. Back wall included. You'd be surprised how much research went into making this wall. That's funny. All materials look the same, you checked. Oh, that's a shame. Terrarium's only in Oni hard mode. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. What's this? Terrarium's only is Oni hard mode. It takes up the same supplies, but the oxygen providers are at a greater rate. Yeah, less input, for sure. Don't forget to sweep the new bedrooms. We gotta do that too. It's okay, we don't have anybody moving in yet, so we're basically just getting everything set up in advance of them arriving. We actually need more storage too. These storage compactors are all full. Huh. We're gonna put more storage. I don't really have space for this stuff. You know what? We can actually do another floor up here. We'll do a floor above the farms. This will be our storage floor. Through a ladder up here. I might as well connect it all the way up. There's no reason not to, except they might drop supplies down there, but I don't think there'll be all that much running up and down on this ladder for carrying things. Oh, actually, they might. What am I thinking? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. They have oxygen, so it's not like they're having to stop to breathe. Storage containers there. We'll copy the settings from here. Actually, I don't think I can copy the settings until they build it. But that's okay. We got that at least. Use that material mod because it makes life so much easier with it. Oh, I could see that, yeah. That'd be interesting because then if you make the wallpapers out of different materials, you'd get different colors. That'd be kind of cool. Wallpapers for building space rooms stops gas and liquids venting into space. It does, yeah. It also makes the back wall look different. So I mean, technically you can use it as a decor kind of thing also. Not that it doesn't change the in-game decor, but just more like for aesthetic value. Disable dirt for the storage above the farm. It may heat up your crops. I thought I had these disabled for... Well, they're not even built yet. But I think I had dirt already turned off on these, didn't I? Organic. Oh, no. Oh. Alright, these are fine, because I don't think it's too hot over here yet. No. So those are okay. So I was thinking of the dirt that was from here, but you're right. We'll want to have the dirt turned off up here. Wait a minute, did it just say compost there? Briar seeds. Compost. Interesting. Okay, let's copy settings onto one of these. And then I'm going to go to organic. Sorry, cultivatable soil. We don't want dirt in here. Keep the dirt down below. Away from where it'll overheat things. You think dirt wallpaper raises decor? You think so? Let's take a look. Hold on. Let's see the utilities here. So if we look at wallpaper, thermally reactive. Where's the dirt one? There's no dirt. Abyssite, sandstone. Oh, sandstone does plus 10%. Decor plus 20% if you use granite. Wow, that's actually really good. What did I use up here? Obsidian. Hold on. Background buildings. Cancel these. Let's crank up the decor in here by using wallpaper that's made out of granite. Kind of wish I didn't have to click on every spot. I was hoping I could just do like highlight an area. It's almost like clicking and dragging, but it doesn't work that way. I keep trying to do it, just out of habit. It doesn't work that way though. This water level is going down, but it's not too bad yet. Oxygen's still coming out at a good temperature. Like right steady 22.5. That's amazing. This works really well actually. At least until the water runs out. When the water runs out, we got a different problem. Wait, they have wallpaper now? They do. Yeah, they added it so you could build up in space. And then all the gases and liquids and stuff won't vent out into space. So when you get to the surface now, you can build things out there and you don't have to worry so much about stuff running out. Okay, we have a good supply of oxygen. We have a good supply of food. Let's turn on this and we'll bring in some more duplicants. Not that we really need them, but just because it's fun. Bye for a while. Remember the time I kept walking up and saying I will sleep? Never did. Yeah, I don't make a person emojis for good. Oh, all right. See you, Savage. Thanks for coming in. Did they ever fix the RNG Geyser system? I don't think so. Didn't remember which material. I just knew it was something. Yeah. So it looks like there was two of them. Sandstone does 10%, and the granite does 20%. So of the two of them, obviously the granite would be the better. That's okay. Man, this colony looks more organized than pretty much any colony I've had in a while. I usually end up building all over the place. Use abyssite instead of insulated tiles. It's cheaper. It would be if I had a bunch of abyssite, but I haven't really dug any up yet. Eventually we need to tap into some of that and start to leverage it a bit. Those are our temperatures in here. Things are warm in here. 30 to 40. That's to be expected, though, so that's all fine. Oxygen room was working good. Ooh, we got pressure problems over here now, though. So this is the issue with producing air on only one side of your colony. The other side gets unbalanced. I kind of need a second oxygen room if I'm going to have my system running independently just on oxygen. Or just on the electrolyzer systems. It doesn't have to be built in any specific place, but I do need the oxygen to flow over to this side. I could split the oxygen flow out of here, but that'll lower the pressure overall in the whole context of the base. I don't really want to do that. For the moment, I'm going to turn this back on, so I can keep my air pressure balanced. But I'm going to build a second one of these. I'll probably put it over here. I don't have another convenient pool of water to run it through to cool it, though. Maybe what I'll do is let's dig up here, actually. We're going to build our next cold oxygen will be in the cold biome. We'll build it up here and we'll pump it down. And that should take care of stuff that way. They fixed the hydrogen natural gas ones a little bit. Oh, that's good. Settings for storage, yeah. Copy settings. Did it change the temperature of neutronium? I'm not sure. This one's 44 degrees, but yeah, see that one is fixed. But I thought the neutronium in places where the geyser was still hidden still showed up as cold on the temperature map. If that's the case, though, we don't have any other geysers in the immediate area. Instead, we might have to just look for the texture itself. I don't see any other geysers here. We got really lucky with the last colony. We had a cool steam geyser and something else like right close by. We did not get lucky this time. All we have is the natural gas one. Not that that's anything bad. I mean, the natural gas is really handy. But where's my dining room? I don't have one, actually. That's like another issue that I have. So, yeah, look at all this CO2. I'm gonna have to start cleaning up some CO2 a little bit. Let's take all this out. I'm gonna put my little CO2 scrubber down here. We'll set it up for a certain gas pressure, so it only turns on periodically, and we'll try to keep the bottom filled with CO2. But I don't really want it to go above this floor level, because right now it's all flooded into our kitchen space. So every time they're working in the kitchen, they kind of hold their breath. Oh wait, we're done research. Sweet. All right, those are done. We can destroy those. Deconstruct. Deconstruct that too. Research is all finished. So that's two machines we can get rid of that produce a fair amount of heat. I don't need to anymore. That'll be great. The Great Punami. $2 super chat. Next dupe, the Great Pulani. Why not take that open space below the water? There's oxalite there and a nice void. Yeah, we can do that too. There's actually a bunch of algae and stuff down here too we can get our hands on. There's food and everything. Good chunk of oxygen down here. Look at all the there's a lot of oxalite down here. That's insane. Eventually we'll have to think about where we want to have our egress point to go into the swamp area too. Down here at the lower left, there's a cold biome right here. What's our germ situation like down here? You know what? This might actually be the better way to get down to a cold biome. There's less germs to pass through here. It might make sense to go down here bottom. We'll make like an airlock system down below so they can climb down. I'll have to produce oxygen down here. But if we store some oxalite, it might actually take care of it for us for a while. Let's extend the ladder down here. Dig all that out. Put a gas element sensor at the level you want the CO2 to stay and hook it to the skimmer. Yeah, that's a good idea too. The only thing is, if it gets little tiny pockets of CO2 that are floating past it, it might be a little weird. Fox, you have a floating mock man right where the pit water was. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I can't get rid of them. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Oh, that's why. Cancel all. There we go. Thank you. I'm gonna bail too. Gotta go with my sister tomorrow for her birthday, and I'm pooped. Have a good night, Nelly. Thanks for coming out. Glad you were here. Make sure you insulate the battery room towards your base and make the outside regular tile so the heat won't vents into the nearby biomes. I don't know if it necessarily will. We'll try that. I mean, it's already, well, it's 31 degrees out here. I guess it probably will, because it'll get hotter than that in here. So some of the heat will go out there. Not a ton of it, mind you, but... Once they connect this little wire here, this whole battery setup will be ready. And then I can get rid of this silly battery here. I should give a little priority on this one little wire here, guys. Come on. Finish that one. And then deconstruct this. Liquid airlock. If Dupe gets soggy, so be it. Well, yeah. I mean, I usually like the CO2 airlocks more so now. But I do actually want to make use of the exosuits, too. So this might be a good place to build an exosuit room. And then for the algae that we have, I'll build a little room to supply... Oh, man. What happened up here? Oh, okay. It was the hydrogen I had trapped down here. That's right. Never mind. It's all fine. Notice this isn't plugged up anymore. It's not overpressurized. Mop all this water, guys. These can get destroyed. I don't need them anymore. Which means we can harvest all this junk. 3 airlocks to battery room. The middle one open to vacuum. Yeah, that'll actually block the heat from coming in. I want to see how much heat actually gets produced in here first. If it gets warm enough in here that it's of a concern, then I've done that before. That works pretty well. You can just put a little switch on it so you can have it like open or closed as needed. 10 minutes to the end and my phone won't load. No! Evoke the ancient powers that you may return. Alright. If you say so. You're from Brazil. Hello in Brazil. Why no Gravity Falls? Aw, Gravity Falls is great. That was a good cartoon. At least, well, we have, you know, it's funny, we have beds over here. We even have one completed bedroom. And a completed bathroom, too, I guess. This needs to be changed. There we go. Bathrooms on both sides of our colony now. We got plenty of living quarters. Ironically, we have more toilets available on this side than on this side, even though there's more living space over here. What happened? Trying to super chat for $20. I have no idea, Chuck. Normally you click on the super chat button and it just kind of does its thing. I know I can filter natural gas, but is there a way you can get rid of it? If you want to get rid of the natural gas entirely, you have a couple options. You can compress it into a room and just forget about it, or you can pump it into the vacuum of space. So if you dig your way all the way up now, way up here somewhere, I can't even see it. Way up here somewhere is the atmosphere, or the lack of atmosphere. There's outer space up there, the surface of the little asteroid we're on. So you can dig your way up there and just pump it out into space, and it'll be gone. If that's your choosing. Okay. Down here. Oh, there's slime there. Is that germy slime? Oh, of course it's germy slime. Well, doesn't that stink? All right, hold on. Always sneaking in with the germy slimes on me. Okay, let's put I'm not really going to be able to build a CO2 airlock down here, just because once the CO2 builds up, it doesn't work anymore. I can do a water lock, because we're going to have exosuits down here anyway, so for a little while they'll get soggy, I guess. Oh, they got to dig up the plants there first. Dig my plants, man. like so. And then on this side here, we're going to do the exosuits. So if we go to stations, we have our exosuit checkpoint. And now this is where I always get thrown off in terms of like the direction the arrow is supposed to be on this thing. Hold on. Does it actually tell you? Marks the threshold where duplicates must change into or out of an ammo suit, must be built next to an exosuit dock, can be rotated before construction. It doesn't say which direction, so I always forget which direction it's supposed to go. I think it's supposed to be this way, like the arrow points in the direction that the suits are required. I think. And then we'll do a couple of exosuit docks here too. Now this is going to take a fair amount of like power and oxygen and stuff. But we don't really have a good power system set up. We only just have the 2 treadmill things. So we're going to have to do a whole lot of the power regulation too. All right, so let's bring in duplicate number 11 for the first time in this particular colony. We have a small bladder duplicant, or a bottomless stomach. Learning, digging, cooking. You know, a second cook might not actually be bad. Let's bring Abe in as our new cook. I'm going to go back through the super chats that were in here. You know what, we'll bring this one as Phase 58. Thank you so much for the super chat earlier. Print. All right. Phase is in the colony now. We're going to prioritize them building out the rest of the living quarters here. Everything seems to be going swimmingly so far. Cool. Everything's repressurized here too, so I don't have to worry about the CO2 creeping up, although I really should scrub it at some point. Can they not get through the open doors again and jobs mastered? Oh yeah, we'll take a look at that. Jobs. We have courier is maxed out. They can do an exosuit now. J-Box will be our first exosuit person. We'll have Phase go to the cooking position. There we go. Our tenured scientists are maxed out. We don't actually need them to leave them as scientists anymore since we're not doing research. And as long as they have the skill, they can still do research on the geysers if we find them. So we don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to take both of them out of there and put them into gophers. So they can build up stuff for carrying materials around. We're going to put Jakaram can go up to a seasoned miner. Excuse me. Tommy's almost maxed out too, actually. And we're going to leave Kaboom as the chef right now as well. Only because I want him to prioritize that job. Not your first time as a dupe. Well, first time in this colony. That's the thing now? You can burn stuff? No, there's no combustion in here. Can they not get through the door again? And jobs master. Which door? I'm not sure which door you're referring to. Oh, this door in here? No, they just weren't prioritizing the job. They were doing other things. Copy settings. Sweet. Everything's going well so far in this colony. I probably shouldn't say that because this is when the wheels fall off the bus, but we've actually done a much better job this time around of managing our temperatures relative to our farm, too. So this room up here, I kind of wish I had done insulated tile on the bottom to prevent heat from leaking out, because this will gradually warm up the space around it. It's not bad right now, but it will get warmer. Yeah, 31 degrees. I guess it's okay. We'll have to keep an eye on the temperature here. I might throw a layer of insulation below it, just to kind of keep everything protected. But this whole area in here is still a good temperature. This area over here is a little on the warm side, both because of the Mano generators that are running here, as well as this fancy algae deoxidizer that produces 30-degree stuff. The kitchen's warm, but it always is, but we have it a long way away from the farm this time. So that's good. The dirt that's coming out of here is super hot. It's like 70 degrees, but we're storing it down here in the water, which is neutralizing the temperature on that. So yeah, I mean, everything so far in this colony has been rolling along fairly well. Make our platform over CO2 pit for faster water gathering for food. Oh, over here you mean? Yeah, so they can take the short route. That's a good idea. Even if they're just hopping on the ladders, it'll be faster, so I'll just do a couple ladders in here. Cryptic, can I have the bedroom with the, they got the wallpaper in it? Sure, why not? Put Phase in here. There you go. Is it even finished yet? Oh, I guess it is. It's just like a real plain color. It's all plain white. The bed's not made, though. You can't sleep in it because there's a piece of floor missing. Decor, though, in general now, a little bit better over here. Not great, though. I should probably tell them to sweep in here. We haven't done that yet. Actually, there's not that much on the floor. It's not that bad. A lot of paintings I need to finish. Can you move the remove the battery from the kitchen now to reduce heat? Oh, I forgot I had that in there. Yeah, absolutely I can. So that's fine. I'm going to deconstruct the wires that are here. Not because I need to, but just because it doesn't hurt to get the metal back. How do they not... There's one storage container that didn't build up here. How did that happen? I don't get it. Okay, this side over here again, we're gonna need to build. Oh no, nope. I was just thinking I was gonna build the oxygen room there, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'm gonna build my next oxygen room down here in the cold biome. We'll pump it up through this space and dump it out right around here, where this one's producing oxygen now, and then we can get rid of this. But that's gonna take a while. We're not gonna get to that tonight for sure. Can they reach the 4 composters? That's a 2 wide gap from the ladder, is it? Ooh, it is now. You're right. They can't get there anymore. Thanks for spotting that. There was a... When they had the pump here, they were able to jump up and get to it, but now they can't, so... Good eye. Thank you. It's always so nice to watch a YouTuber who listens to the chat room and makes us feel we're actually helpful sometimes. Fangirl moment. Thanks, Balani. Well, you know what? That's actually the intention behind the whole Let's Play phenomenon in the first place, right? I mean, the whole idea was supposed to be Let's Play, not... Hey, I'm gonna play. You watch me do everything and have no input. Sorry, you just got to be more poor because my Gmail will not allow me to take my money. Oh, that's all right. Thanks for trying, Chuck. I appreciate it. This is what I get for watching your channel via your university account. When the stream ends in a few minutes or in 1 more hour, it's ending actually just another minute or so. So I've started streaming a little bit earlier this week because I'm having some sleep issues. I'm a little bit too late getting to bed at night, and then too early in the morning. So I tried to move everything an hour earlier. I can seem to be able to work it around my family, which is good. So I have like work during the daytime and family in the evening. So I think we're probably gonna. I'm gonna try and keep the streams around 9 o'clock when I can going forward, just to kind of make everything that easier that way. But yeah, so we're going to be wrapping up. But I'm going to put that in there for CO2 movement. I think it's good over there now. A little bit of a decor issue, but once they get those paintings done, things will look a lot nicer. And they got to clean the floor, of course, but that remains to be done. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Oh, no. There we go. All right, so the duplicates are off to bed. Just as we're rounding out the end of cycle 56, things are looking really good in this colony, but it's still early. We haven't really started to run into resource problems yet. And when we do, that's when things, start to get a little bit more tricky because we'll have to start to produce water, dirt that we're getting from the compost at least. So we're getting some supply of dirt there. But dirt eventually will become a problem. Algae will eventually become a problem if we haven't transitioned out of that as our main supply for oxygen. But I'm going to use the algae at any rate to build an oxygen room down here that can pump air into the exosuits, so we can make use of those. We'll need power supply for those also. So I think probably when we come back next time, power is going to be one of our primary concerns. Having one deodorizer or deoxidizer in here really isn't that big of a problem heat-wise or algae-wise. We have 8.1 tons of algae right now. But we do want to build a second oxygen room in a cold biome that we can use to pump air into the colony and at a good temperature as well. So we'll tackle that next time also. But thank you everyone for coming out to the stream. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. You can go back and check out all the future streams and videos. Tomorrow night I'm going to be playing some Fortnite Battle Royale at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Saturday we're playing some more Graveyard Keeper. If you haven't seen that game yet, that game's super fun. It reminds me of Stardew Valley in terms of like the look of it and some of the feel. But it's much more macabre, and I find the sense of humor in it really great. But thanks so much, everyone, for coming out. Thank you again, everyone, for the Super Chats, and to Dennis for the new sponsorship. I really appreciate the support of everyone coming out to check out the streams, and then those of you who are in a position to help with Super Chats and stuff, that's great also. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.